Okay, guys, let's continue with our data hunting. Okay, so right now I have picked up one data which was from Euromart. Okay, this is all about the orders. It seems that all the orders are placed, all the locations are mentioned over here. What product also people purchase, that is also mentioned over here. So it seems to be quite okay. There are 8,407 records, which are over a period of 4 years, which seems to be good because on an average, you're getting 2,000 records for 1 year. So it seems they are doing pretty good. Let's look at the other file which we are yet to bring home. Okay. So for that, I'll go to the new blank tab. In this, I'll go to the data tab. I'll say get data. Again, I click on file from Excel this time, Excel workbook. And this time I bring that data blending for American states. Let's see what this file contains. So I click on import. Again, in this, I get area and population as two different tabs. So let's click on area first. Area contains only two columns, which is states and area. So I'll just click on load. Okay, let's get that particular thing over here. So we got the area as another tab over here. We also have another sheet within the same file. So I'll have to again go and bring a fresh data into this. So I just get data, click on file, Excel workbook, get data blending for American states, click on import. And here I go to the population and I just click on load again over here. So here is the load area, population, and order data. All are present over here. Okay. Now we got all these things over here. So I'm going to remove unnecessary sheets which we had added over here. Okay, let's get rid of them. And we have three sheets. There were two files. In all, there were three sheets on which we were working. And let's look at this right now. So we know it's an area. Okay, let's look at this area. So we got state, we got the area along with that. Now, what if I want this area column to be added into my this data sheet over here? So I want the area column to be there present in this data sheet. How do we do that? Can anyone help me? Come on, guys. Think. Area area data set is there. There are states, there is area mentioned over here. What if I want this area to be shown up over here and along with this data set? How do I go ahead and do that? First of all, can we do it? Yes or no? Okay. What about you, Rashmi? Can we do it?
He said, don't know.
Or you only said don't know. Shabash. Okay. Let's look at the states column over here. Okay, in the state column, let's look if we have Michigan over here. Okay. See, there is nothing called as Michigan over here. Let's look at maybe there's another area, California. No, nothing. So this seems to be a totally different data set. If you look at this area and population, these are more from American point of view, American states, whereas the data is all about the European states. Okay, it talks more about Europe. So there is no correlation or there is no relation between these two data sets. So we can keep our data set as it is independent. if we want, we can also delete these populations. Okay, it was not required. The only reason why I actually populated was that at times we think that everything which is sent to us in the Excel file is more relatable, it's more required for us. Sometimes it is not. Okay, sometimes there is some extra sheets which we are not even supposed to look at it. Okay, so everything which is sent by data management center is not going to be something which you will require in your data analytics, but it's always a good practice to go and look at what other data you have got other from your main data. So it seems we have got just order data over here, and this order data seems to be all correctly set. Now, how would you try to summarize this data? Okay, say if you are a CEO of this Euromart, how would you love to look at this data on a regular basis? So what is the first thing which you would like to look at?
Like
It's like
country wise, how much sale or state wise?
very good, very good. So you're looking first at the country level, that which country is giving me the maximum sales. Correct? Do you guys both agree on this?
Yes. Yes. Sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So how would we do this? Um, I'm sure you guys learned about pivot, right? We did go through pivots, right?
Yes, sir. Hmm.
So let's apply the knowledge of pivots over here. Now, first of all, before I apply the knowledge, uh, do you think this data is fit for using in pivots? Is there something incorrect, inconsistent with this data? I'm just moving all along. Nothing, right? There is no blank columns, there is no blank rows over here. Like what we used to say when we learn pivot, that pivot should have data which are continuous fashion. There should not be any blank rows or blank columns in that, right? Do you guys agree with
Yes.
this? Okay.
Yes, sir.
So what I will do is I'll just take this entire data, okay, and then I can go to insert pivot table,
Pivot table.
okay, or you can also go to recommended pivot tables. If you are in a hurry, say your presentation is in next half an hour, so you can just click on recommended pivot tables. What happens is it gives you a nice glimpse of different possible ways of looking at this data. Okay.
Okay.
Got it? It's a shortest way of producing something, but it's not 100% guaranteed way of working. Okay. It will give you different options, but you will have to select which one is best working for you. Okay. So what I will do is I will not use this. I will go on a pivot data because I have enough amount of time to work on, so I can use it. So when you click on this, it gives you what is a range of data, what is your source of data. So in our case, we have defined this table as order underscore data, so we can use that. It has automatically picked up the order underscore data. Now we are looking into new worksheet. We will be working on a new worksheet. So I will click on this new worksheet. I'll just click on OK. And here is the skeleton of the pivot which comes, and here is the list of all the fields which come into play for the pivot which comes. Okay, I can simply I can expand this. Okay, I can move this. As you can see, I like to bring this closer to my skeleton because I don't like to go and drag and drop from here to here. I वो करना पसंद नहीं है. So it's better to instead of look side by side and get this thing done. So first thing is you will go to the country level and you will drag the country away. So these are your unique countries which are present in your data set. Okay, it seems that these countries are somewhere around 14 countries, I think. 14 or 15 countries, yeah, that's correct. Now, what are you interested in this data? You're interested in the sales and profit, right? So you will just click on sales first and you will say, okay, This is the amount of sales which we have. So I just drag the sales. When you drag a numeric field into the values section, by default, Excel will always use something called a sum aggregation. Okay, see, you can see over here, some function was used as an aggregator to any numeric field. Okay, so here is a sum of sales. So I can rename it. I can say sales amount. Okay, and I can go to the numeric format, the number format. I can say that I don't want this numbers to be appearing as it is. I want something good, something better way of looking at these numbers. So what I can do is I can just click on number format. Are you able to see my Excel file, or is it showing as a white frozen kind of a screen for you?
Now it is frozen.
Yeah, it's taking
I can
time.
see the file, but it is taking time, just loading.
Yeah, it's loading. Sorry, it's taking time. Let's wait for a couple of minutes. Okay, where it went? Value again. Oh, here it is. So here we can say I'm interested in the accounting and I don't want the symbol. I can just click on none. I can say 2 decimal places and I can click on OK and click on OK. Now, the moment I do this, you will see all these numbers are appearing in a nice numeric format, right? With commas and everything. All right. Now, this is done with basic sales. All right. Now, what else would you do over here? Any suggestions from you guys?
The same table.
Yeah, in this table, is this the way of looking at this data, or is it something more I should do on this pivot table?
So maybe look at the contribution each one does towards the total.
Good suggestion. What else would you do before that? Come on, simple maths. कोई senior management होता है उसको क्या करना पसंद नहीं है उसको he doesn't want data to be touched at all. He wants a final view. Final view. तो क्या
So
करोगे
in
आप?
descending order, you can arrange those.
Correct. That's it. That's correct. They would like to sort this data because ऐसा अगर आप दोगे तो बोले ये क्या है? ये क्या दिया तुमने? If you try to sort this data by right clicking on it and saying sort from largest to smallest, once you do this, you will get to know that France is a country which is giving maximum sales. Then comes Germany, then comes UK, and then comes Italy and Spain. The least performing sales is in Denmark. Least performing is also in the Portugal. Maybe this is the area where they need to propagate more. They need to do more kind of marketing technique over here. This is where they can manifest other products into it. They can bring some new schemes into it, and they can try see what kind of response they get from countries like France, Germany, and UK. You guys agree, or you guys don't agree with this?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right now, let's look at the other way. Like what Vajanti said, it makes sense to see the contribution of each country over here. Okay, that is also a very good way of looking at this. So how do you do this? You again click on this pivot data. Now, when you click on this pivot data, you go to pivot data, the pivot table analyze the thing. You can click on the field list. Once you click on the field list will appear. Now again, you will drag the sales data over here. Okay, for doing that step which Vajanti mentioned. And here in this particular thing, you will go to the value fields, and here you will say that I'm interested in percentage change. Okay, then show as, you will click on the show as, and currently there is no calculation, but here I can say percentage of grand total. If I do this percentage of grand total, that means whatever my grand total is, right now it's 23 lakh 48,000. It will show me the percentage of that. And this I'll name it as percentage contribution. Okay. And I will click on OK over here. And the moment I do this, you can see that my 100% sales, out of that, the top 4 countries are basically giving me my 75% of my sales. Isn't that a better representation of your data? Does
Yes,
it
sir.
add sense to it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I also renamed this tab to summary. Now, once I'm done with this, I can just probably try to do some kind of formatting techniques over here. Now, this is my main pivot data. Okay. Now, from this data, I can also do something more. Okay. Uh, this is there is some kind of a small thing which I've done over here is that uh, this data is over a period of 4 years. Is that correct? Right? This is data is spanning over 4 years. So I'm trying to take the entire data of 4 years and then I'm trying to produce a summary. All right. But wouldn't it be good if I can segregate this data into different years, and then they can come to know that which year, which country was performing better? Do you guys agree or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What I will do is I will just add some space over here. I'll give some mechanical way for our senior management to look at the country-wise data. Now, how I do that? I click on pivot. I go to pivot table analyze. I say, okay, first of all, I will go and change this name of pivot to something like this pivot is more about country level. So country level pivot is what my name, right? Country level pivot is what I'm giving a name to it because this data is looking at the country level. Now, just to add over here, I will just add the year. To add the year, I will go to pivot data. I will say insert a slicer. Okay. The moment I click on the slicer, okay, I can go and select the order date probably over here. And once I click on OK, I'll get all the kind of dates over here. Now, this date doesn't look pretty well. Okay. I did something purposely wrong over here. Just to show you that there are two options for you when it comes to date and slices. Okay. Now I checked out something called as a slicer only. Okay, and when I tracked dates to it, I found that the dates were showing me each and every individual date over here. Right? आपको दिख रहा है individual dates
Yes,
or
sir.
no? Okay, this is a very wrong representation of this. Many people do an error on this. Okay, they understand कि dates को अगर slicer में डालेंगे तो maybe I'll be able to look at the year and other kind of things. Normal slicer आपको help नहीं करेगा. If you want to play with the dates, there is a special kind of a slicer, okay, which you need to bring into picture. That slicer is nothing but is called as a timeline. So let me show you. अब मैं इसको delete कर रहा हूँ. I go back to my pivot table, analyze. Here is insert timeline. Okay. When you click on insert timeline, वो क्या करता है? That insert timeline is basically designed only for date related attributes. You select your date, you click on OK, and this is a very fantastic way of looking at dates. Now, I'll just add some space so that I can put the slicer on the top nicely. And we can see if I slice this data from left to right, okay, here is the year, here is a month, okay. I can just click on this particular thing and then I can keep on looking into year after year and month after month. If I'm not interested in months, I can go into years also. I can just click on this and then I can show them that how does the data look like on a year level. So probably in 2011, if I click on only on that 2011, again, I can see Germany was on the top. Germany and France together were producing almost 50% of my sales. Okay, but in the year 2012, okay, again, France was on top, Germany was on the second number, but again, total combined, they were coming approximately to 50% of my sales. What about 2013? Again, the sales dropped a bit. It came down to 45%. From 50%, it came down to 45. Maybe UK and Spain came more into dominance. They started emerging over here. In 2014, again, France and Germany are there 46%, but again, United States and Italy came into eating their pie. So there are some more countries which have now started emerging in the last 2 years, and that's how data looks like. Okay, so you can just cross this filter when you have selected any year. You can just cross the filter, and you can come back to your normal filter. Okay, is that okay with you guys? Are you able to understand this particular thing? Any confusion in this?
No, sir. Clear.
Vaijayanti, same for you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. One small thing which I will do is, along with this pivot, I will also go to pivot table and I will say pivot charts. Okay. I click on pivot charts. I can click on this bar or column related. I can click on bar or I can click on column. Anything what you like. Okay. Both are one and the same what do you say? Same sides of the coin. Okay. One you can see this way, okay, like this, all the countries in the vertical order, and the bars showing in the horizontal way, and columns is all countries in the vertical way, sorry, in the horizontal way, and the bars which are made in the vertical way. Okay, anything will be okay with you. So you can click on this probably, and then you go and select. If you look at this data right now, data is basically trying to show you over here is that uh, there is this bar graph, but there is also contribution data, okay, percentage contribution. But why the contribution is showing so small? If you see, there are small orange color rectangular boxes showing over there. Do you see that? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Now, what is wrong over here with them? Why are they not showing up correctly over here?
So because
Anyone?
the parameters which are taken is in terms of lakhs, if you take it in terms of 100, possibly it will be better.
Correct, you're almost there. So here we are looking into lakhs, and the lakhs unit is more related to sales amount. But the scale for this particular attribute, which is percentage contribution, it's on percentage level. It's not on the same scale as what this lakhs is. For that, we need to adopt a different scale. So how do you do that? You just select that particular time series. You can go to format option over here. Okay, it's a format design. I think it's a format option. In the format option, you can go and select that which series you are interested in. So I'm interested in the series percentage contribution. So once I select this, I'll see that there are two small round color dots appearing, which means it has selected that series. Now, for that series, what I will do is I'll go and change the graph type to it. Okay, I can go and say change the graph type to it. For that series, I will say let's go for the line graph. Okay, or probably a combo graph. Okay, when you click on the combo graph, it understands that first thing is going to be the sales amount, the second thing is going to be the 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 line graph. Okay, and in this I will say that line graph is going to be a secondary axis or a secondary what do you say, a secondary scale, a secondary axis. I just click on OK now. Now you look at that, you will see the orange line starting from the first country, which is France, which shows 25% contribution. You can see over here 25.96. So here the orange scale is showing us a 25% contribution. On when it comes to Germany, it has fallen down from 25 to 20.81. So that's why it's showing 20.81 over here. And then it goes down from there, it goes down till 0%. But the whole cumulative effect of that is if you take all the data points of this orange line and add up it, you will get 100% over here. So that's how you learn something called as a combo graph. Okay. Now, one good thing about this graphs is if you go to this way, you can see there are different ways in which you can portray your graph. So whichever you feel is good in your organization, which people relate to, which they follow. Okay, some people like to show it in this particular fancy format. Some people like to show it in this format. Some people like it in this format. Whatever format works for you, whatever works for your organization, you can select that, you can click on it, and probably you can just add up certain things. Like you can go to the design tool, probably not even design. I will just go into format again. I'll just say shape the outline. I'll quickly go and say change the weight. So here I'm trying to increase the weights and I'll give a color. Maybe I will give it a dark blue color. Okay, something this. So here the graph looks very nice. I can also go and add a title to the graph. So when you add a title, so this thing we are going to learn in the next Excel section session. We are going to learn more about graphs. Okay, so you can go into the this sorry, into the format, or there's no options as such over here. You can click on this plus sign. You can see there's a chart title over here. You can click on the chart title. You can give it a chart title, like you can say uh, country wise, country level data. Okay. So this chart has got a title now, which is called country level data. It has got all the countries mentioned right at the bottom. If you don't like this legend over here, you can push this legend towards the bottom. What you can do is you can just go onto the legend. You can click on the down arrow and you can see instead of keeping it right, maybe at the bottom, I would like to keep it that way. Okay. So this looks better. The chart look better. Now, if I click on 2012, my chart also changes accordingly. Okay, if I click on 2014, the chart again changes as per my data, which is shown over here. Okay, so that is the beauty of linking your pivots charts with your pivots with your data. That really works fabulously. You can go to this pivot. I can go to the design view. I don't like this default view. I may try to present it in something like this. Okay, something like this. I can also go to this timeline. I can change the look and feel of this timeline. Maybe I like this particular way better. Maybe there's a new way, a better way. I can show it this way. Then I can go to the view tab. I can remove the grid lines and I can see say that this is how my chart looks like. This is my summary of my country level data. So this is just one summary which we produce, which is on a country level. Okay. Now, what I would suggest you guys is that I'll send this file. Okay. I want you guys to come up with some your own data analytics. Okay, we looked at the country level data. We saw that the France and Germany and UK are the dominant or dominating countries over here. Okay, what are they dominating on? What products are they dominating on? Okay, probably what customer is giving them the highest sales information. Okay, which customer gave them the most amount of sales, or which is the most recurring kind of a customer. Maybe somebody gave a huge order. What was that order? Maybe those are the kind of things. Maybe you're looking into top 10 customers only. How would you identify the top 10 customers? So those are the kind of analytics I want you guys to try and do it using the pivot, using the pivot charts, using timelines if required. Okay. In this way, the summary, the thing what we have created, you can also go on the top. You can see over here, probably something like this. Say I'm interested in the country level analysis. This was the country level. I will just select this. I'll go to this merge. I'll make this look like this color, maybe a white font, maybe a bold, and I will say country level data analytics. Okay. Data analytics, and here I will increase this font to 20, and probably I will push it to the middle. If I want, I can also go to the borders and add a line to the border, maybe a dark line or a light line. Oh, sorry. Shit, what I did. Did something wrong. None. Oh. Mhm. Okay, I think gone. Saved. बच गए. Let's look at this. Can I keep this? Okay, let's keep it over here. And we will summary. Okay, so we made this particular thing in this way, and probably we just use this back to continue. Yes, let's go over here. So tell me, how would you guys approach? Okay, for now we have done the country level. Now, how would you go ahead and do something like top 10 customers, or maybe the top what kind of products? Okay, how would you approach to this particular thing? Will you go on the product level? Will you go on the subcategory level? Had it been product ID, I would have been very happy to put it that particular way, but there is no product ID. So what do you think? What level can we go and we can pick up the most selling product for them? What do you think?
Subcategory.
Subcategory, right? Okay. So I think we have just 3 minutes left. So what I can do is I can send you. Are you guys available for next 20 minutes? I can probably just show you what to do with the subcategory, and then we can do some further. I can give you some assignments to do at home, and you can come back next week and show me what exactly have you performed with this data set.
Sure, sir.
Does that work with you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let me send you a new link. Okay.